when I was building everything, I got into depression. I had no money, was broke, couldn't pay my bills, was getting sued by credit cards. It was terrible. It was a very scary moment in my life. But I'm like, this is not me. I am not going to be this person for very long. And then it went a little longer. And then I said to myself, I will never feel like this again. And then that's the day that it changed.
Hey guys, what's up? So today we have Toby with us. What's your last name, bro?
Vollmer.
Toby Vollmer. Okay, this guy is amazing, man. He does online fitness coaching. Did I say that correctly?
Yeah, online fitness coach.
Dope. And he also has another business where he does things for the state, which is also pretty dope. But Toby, the reason I have you here today, dude, I want to know what it means to be successful, and somebody told me if I want to be successful, I got to learn to find success and then, in a nutshell, mimic what successful people are doing. But what does success mean to you, man?
So as we talked about a little bit before this, success is measured in many ways and everybody sees it differently. Having a business that's doing well can mean success. To me, my life is all about business, so I'm very focused on having a business that's thriving and that's driving me to success, right? But I know I'm successful, at least with my body. Like, I have the body I want, I have the life that I want, I have the things that I want. So they tend to get forgotten at times, but I am successful. It's hard to stay humble, right?
Oh yeah.
I guess in the end, it's basically a goal. What are you striving for?
So what are you striving for, other than fitness and your body? What's the end goal for you?
To be able to live the life that I want, and spending time with my kids like I want, being a big part of their life. And anybody that's in any type of business or even in a 9-to-5, if you're busy all the time, how can you be such a how can you spend so much time with your kids or doing anything that you want? So I want to be successful enough to gather enough money, have enough people working for me to where I can do the things that I want with my family when I want, no matter what it is.
I like what you said just now. Pretty much I've been on a journey trying to figure out how to become financially free. And things that I've learned so far is learning to have money work for you and learning to have people work for you. Those things are crazy, man. Like right now, I work 2 jobs, dude. 2 jobs plus there's so many other things that I'm doing. So it's almost like I feel like a slave to all of it. But it's tough. I'm saying this because you said something just now that spoke to me. You said you want to learn how to pretty much gather up enough money by having businesses. How'd you get into the business that you're in right now?
So in the fitness space, I've been in fitness my entire life. When I was younger, I thought I could become a superhero and save people. Then as I got older, I realized I was never going to get superpowers.
Okay.
So I just focused on what I knew, and by that time I knew a lot about health and fitness, and people were coming up to me asking me, how can you do this, how do you do this? And started helping people, and that's how it all started. And then it's rough to make it as a fitness coach. I didn't make any money for a very long time. When I was broke, I found a coach, and it cost 10 grand to have a coaching program from him. So I had like $1,000 in my name. I found the money, spent it, and not right away because it was a lot to implement, but within 6 months I was making that back monthly. So
That's pretty dope, man.
Yeah, the risk is always there, but you only fail if you give up.
I've heard time and time again that hard work pays off. Do you think that's true?
It is. So I'll just use me as the example. Building one of my fitness programs, no one else can do that because all the knowledge is in my head. And yes, it's hard, and I want to hire people out all the time to do it, but they can't because it's mine. It's in my head, right? But when it's done, you look at it and you say, I built this. And then once it's built, then you can hire people to help you change things and stuff like that. But until you have the foundation is you. You have to put in your blood, sweat, and tears, and your knowledge, and your skills. And then after that, that's when people can help you. So it's very gratifying to be able to say, I did this.
Right. So hard work does pay off.
Yes.
Okay. Does it depend on what you're working hard at?
So hard work pays off if you have the right mentality about money. You'll work forever for money. It's never ending. Money is not a quantifier, right? I can say right now, give me some money, and you could give me $1 or you could give me $1 million. I didn't quantify it. You don't know how much I'm talking about. So if I'm working for money, that means I'm going to work until the day I die. A lot of people, they don't put this into perspective to where like, okay, I need $3,000 a month for my family. Every penny, then I get maybe $500 to spend a month on things that I want, and then everything over that goes into some type of investment where money makes money. Because if you work for money forever, you'll never get anywhere, right? And same with saving. Did you ever heard people talk about saving money?
Yeah.
Saving gets you nowhere because life always comes up, right? You try to save for let's just say a new car, and then the dishwasher breaks, the dryer stops, the kids need something, you get flat tires in the car, something always happens. So as long as what you're trying to buy or trying to get into, is it going to give you a better result in life? So is it better for you to find the money now and pay for it, or borrow it, or put it on a credit card, and because it can get you from A to B faster, and then while that's going on, then work hard to make more money to pay it off. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it works in a lot of ways, but you can work hard forever.
Oh, man, I'll tell you, I do not want to work hard forever. I want to be able to make money while I'm sleeping. I've heard a guy, I forgot his name, but pretty much he said if you haven't figured out, or if you don't ever figure out how to make money while you're sleeping, you will be working for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of success I'm looking for. So earlier I asked you what does success mean to you. To me, being successful pretty much means you can do what you want whenever you want.
Basically the same thing I said, right?
Yeah. Most people correlate success with maybe being good at some specific kind of talent. But for me, truly being successful, I correlate that with being able to wake up whenever, go wherever, being able to go outside and pick an apple off of my tree. That's success to me. But it's tough, bro. But enough about me, man. This is all about you, bro.
Okay.
I've heard pretty much you have to try until you find that thing that is for you. I know you're saying you were leaning towards fitness. You've been doing it your whole life. You dreamt of being a superhero. But when was that defining moment? Like, what happened that made you say, you know what, I'm gonna try this fitness training thing, fitness coaching?
So a long time ago, I became a trainer, and just to make money, make ends meet. Trainers don't make crap. It doesn't matter if they actually know what they're doing, or if they don't know what they're doing, they all make about the same. And I didn't want that. I wanted to be able to make a living doing this.
Yeah.
And you know, I live all over this country, met a lot of people. Very few people were successful in the training industry without having their own business. So then I'm like, well, I need to start my own business. But I didn't know where to go from there, right? Because then you go to local gyms and things like that, and they don't let you train inside of it because they have their own trainers. So it's like, okay, how do I do this? What do I do? So I worked many jobs, doing many different things all over the country, and started hearing about online training, and I knew that was for me. Actually, I can't remember exactly where I heard it. Someone said, to be successful in life, you should be able to turn around and teach someone what you know, and that's what you should do. That's what you should focus on. That's what you're good at.
I like that.
So I stopped it, I paused it, and I said, well, I know more about fitness than 90% of people right now, and I'm doing nothing with it. So that's when I started pushing harder to create a business. And yet it took a long time. It was very hard to learn how business works, especially in the online world. But then I got a coach, and then that all changed.
All right. I like that. There is a recurring theme that I've been realizing with being successful, especially the kind of success I'm looking for. It's figuring out how to build a business. What was one principle that you really took away over the course of the years of you doing the business?
Nothing will ever be perfect, so just do it.
Okay. Just do it.
Just do it, and that's exactly why you have all my support, man, because when you're starting something, it's scary. You don't know what's going to happen. You're usually not making money at the beginning. So you just can't give up. Don't expect your hopes and dreams to come true in a year, because that rarely happens. I was at a business conference once, and I heard a gentleman say, it took me 20 years to become an overnight success. And it did. Like, he blew up. He made millions of dollars in like a week. Hundreds of millions of dollars. But it took him 20 years to get to that point.
Man.
And no one recognizes you for all that hard work. They're just like, oh, this guy was an overnight success. He must have lucked out. No, it took the dude 20 years to figure it out. You know, and not saying that it's going to take you longer or less or whatever, but you know, it can't be expected as it's going to happen tomorrow. It takes time.
So nothing is ever going to work out. Just do it.
Yeah, nothing. Don't strive for perfectionism.
Okay.
Because it'll never be perfect.
It'll never be perfect, but just keep trying.
Just keep doing it.
Keep doing it. Okay.
Yeah. You know, perception has a lot to do with things. So like trying, have to, impossible, words like that. Our subconscious is tied to them in certain ways, so it can make you feel defeated.
Okay.
Right. So just keep going. Don't try. Just keep going. Just keep doing it. Because if you rewatch this video, you're going to think 1,000 different things that we could have talked about.
That is definitely 100% true.
Exactly. So then you write it down and say, next time I'll ask this question.
So the next question, what was the most rewarding thing for you about being in business so far?
Two things. The first one is definitely being able to see what I've created, because I created it. And you know, at times I'm sure I could have begged for help or cried about it, but no one could do anything because it's all me.
Yeah.
Even if I wanted the help, even if I could take someone's help, what were they going to do? There's nothing that they could do. The rough times really suck. So seeing what I created, that's so gratifying every time. Literally every morning when I open my computer and I just see everything that I built, that is gratifying. Yeah. And then that.
It's funny you're saying this. I was having a conversation with some people a while back about depression and like getting out of depression. And I came to the conclusion that pretty much doing something almost gratifying, something meaningful, something maybe other people could praise you for, is a really good way to get out of depression.
Yeah, you just can't look for praise, because then you're looking for instant gratification. And then that's what you think helps you, and it doesn't help you, because then you crave gratification for everything.
Okay.
But true fulfillment comes from helping someone. Like if someone dropped something and you pick it up for them, or somebody gets a flat tire and you help them. Like, have you ever done anything like that?
Yeah.
That feeling is the true gratification.
True.
Right? So, when I look with my business, I help people. I help people get into the body of their dreams. So when I have someone come in that doesn't do anything, or they complain and nag, I say, here's your money back. I'm not helping you. Because it ruins me, because no matter how hard I try, I can't help them. But you can't help someone that doesn't need help, right? So I don't want to get too far off on a tangent there, but depression's a whole nother ballgame.
It is. But hearing what you said, it brought me back to that, and I'm like, okay, this guy looks like a solid guy. You look solid. I don't know if you battle with depression. You probably do.
I've had my fair share.
But you look like, and based on the interactions we have, you seem like you have a straight head on your body, man. Like you're healthy in so many different ways, not just your body, but your mental state.
The biggest thing for me is I have some great mentors in my life.
Yeah.
And up until a few years ago, I've never had depression or anxiety in my life. When someone would say to me, oh, I'm depressed, and I would be like, just quit being lazy and go do something. I had no empathy for people because I had no idea what it felt like.
Okay.
And then I got smacked with it, and my life felt destroyed.
Okay.
And I didn't know what was wrong. I couldn't figure it out. It was a mess. But I just had to realize that at this moment, I'm going through this, but this is not who I am. I couldn't let myself be okay with this is who I am, because I didn't want to feel that way.
Okay.
And unfortunately, I think some people get complacent and be like, oh, this is just how I feel anymore. This is just who I am. This is just part of life. And then they get used to this feeling and they almost don't want to get out of it. They want to. They say they want to get out of it,
Yeah.
but then they don't know any different anymore. So, and people don't like change. The body doesn't like change. The mind doesn't like change. So we get in this little bubble, depression bubble, and it's hard to get out. But that's why you can't stop. Like when I was building everything, I got into depression. I had no money. I was broke. Couldn't pay my bills. I was getting sued by credit cards. It was terrible. It was a very scary moment in my life. But I'm like, this is not me. I am not going to be this person for very long. And then it went a little longer. And then I said to myself, I will never feel like this again. And then that's the day that it changed. From that day on, it just went up. Because it can get rough and it gets scary. But if you don't stop, then you'll never fail. And you'll never be stuck.
Wow. That's profound. That's tough. The last question for you, man. If you were put in a blender, what would come out?
That's an odd question.
Yes, it is.
Okay, if I was put in a blender, what would come out? The same thing like if you would go into a blender, man. Are you talking like an analogy here? Like
Yeah. Like if
so, I would say like what makes me me?
true, yeah.
Okay. positivity and the drive to change everyone's day, just a little bit. Like I remember the first time we met, like you're a pretty outgoing person, but so am I.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So right off the bat, I said something to you, and then you said something back, and then we got along right away. But I'm always, even if I could just add a quick smile to your day,
Yeah.
that makes me feel, that's who I am. Like I do that to anybody that I talk to.
I'm the same way. Like, there's something inside, it almost lifts me up when I'm able to make somebody smile, laugh, feel better in any way, inspired.
Yeah.
That's what keeps me going.
Right.
So I feel like I'm doing the right thing right now.
You are, and anybody that's listening to this, if you feel the same way, you might have a point in your life where you realize that helping people is dragging you down. And it's happened to me a few times. And you have to assess your life and stop talking to people that aren't adding value to your life. Like just random people, things like that, because we only have so much energy, and I know it makes us feel good, but you only have so much energy. So when it's gone, you feel you're just dead, right? You're exhausted, and you don't have time to work on you or your life. So keep that in mind. Like, I'm not saying don't help people,
Yeah.
but if you're, I call some people assholes, ASK holes, right?
Yeah.
Assholes, because they just ask me for information about everything that I know, and I'll tell you. And I tell everybody right off the bat, I'll tell you everything, but if you're not using it to implement in your life, then I'm not going to talk to you about it anymore. Still say hi, because I'll tell you everything I know about business, everything I know about fitness. But if you sit right there and don't ever do a thing, then that will make me, that'll just suck the energy from me.
It would be almost like a slap in the face.
Right, and then I won't help you. I'll still talk to you, I'll still be nice to you,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to give you my energy, because for you to give it back is you accomplishing something, and I'm going to say, heck yeah, man, you did it, right?
I get that.
So that's how it works, right? Everything is an exchange of value. So I'll give you everything I know, but if you do it, I get value from you completing it, or from you taking it to the next step.
Okay.
So, and people will just suck you dry. So be wary of that.
One more thing that I just remembered. I'm sure there's some guy or girl out there looking to be maybe a fitness trainer or a fitness coach, looking to go in that kind of field. What would be some good advice for them?
There's a lot of information out there now. It all depends what their goal is. Excuse me, where they want to end up. But I mean, learning business, training, everything about health and fitness was easy for me. Learning the business part was hard. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, you know, everybody has their unique talents, and I would just say don't give up. Whatever you're the worst at, that's where you need to spend more time, or hire it out. You know, obviously if you're at the beginning, you can't hire it out, so then spend more time in it so you understand, because you can't do something if you don't understand. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Kind of like if you go to the gym and you see a trainer and he's fat, why would you ask him to train you unless he was like, you know, in his previous years he was a fitness athlete or a model or a protege, something like that. But I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
That's in all business. Why would you ask a plumber or just a labor worker how to make $1 million business? Right? Maybe I'm sure there's plumbing businesses that do that, but so, you know, make sure you're talking to the right people, learning the right things from the right people. And, you know, family and friends are the worst people to get advice from. They are, because they care about you, so they don't want to see you get hurt. So they usually don't tell you what you need to hear or the correct information, because if they knew the right information, then what they should be where you want to be. And if they're not, then take their words with a grain of salt, because it's just how humans work.
Okay. All right, thanks a lot, dude.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate you, bro.
Absolutely.